Hola and welcome everybody to Fire Shrike, Monday night, episode 71. And we're going to open this one up with a scene of Slef. You are at your console. You're at your the console that you've been given to work with on the Blue Ember. And you're looking at your algorithms because you've kind of transferred your functionality over here. And there's another piece of this data, this information that has actually decoded for you. And it says you're looking, as you're looking at it, it basically says there's it's talking about like all of the samples being sent to various locations and whatnot. Doesn't really tell you where the locations are, but or at the very least, that's not deciphered yet. What you do get, however, is that um, a couple of mails back and forth between Site 87 and something only and something only labeled as Strategic Command, Strategic Command 1, or no, we'll go with Strategic Command Zeta, because that sounds more sci-fi and I like it. But there's a communication back and forth between the two parties, couple of names that you don't necessarily recognize and haven't really been decoded fully anyway. But the general text of it is, the meat of this text says checked samples that were sent to Site 93. RS samples and OS samples, labeling errors contained and found. Double check inventory protocols on site at Site 87. And that's what, and that's kind of, and the answer back is have confirmed errors in cataloging samples. Some RS samples labeled as OS and some OS samples labeled as RS. We need to, and there's something about like trying to set up some sort of protocol to help them track down where the RSs and the OSs were mixed up. But there's no hard answer on how they go about that. There's a discussion about, hey, this is something we need to do. This is a problem we're having. We need to do something about it.
So this teaches me two things. One, it teaches me that there is a Site 93 that potentially has more clone. And then two, this teaches me that this is not a one faction thing going on. This is like multiple factions. There's some sort of collaboration.
Well, committed.
Slef's going to relay that as soon as he can to the appropriate channels.
Okay, so who are you going to call and what are you going to say?
I'm on Captain Zai's. I'm on Captain Zai's ship, so of course I go to Captain Zai. I'm gonna go directly to his room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe the camera follows you as you travel down the hallway to go to the captain's quarters on the Blue Ember, and you get to his doorway.
Yeah.
Captain, is there any music coming from inside or noise coming from inside of your room, or is it quiet? Are you even in your room?
I am in my room.
Mm-hmm.
He knows this is my normal sleep pattern.
Yep.
He probably would.
Yeah.
When someone tries to go to your room, Captain, do you answer by saying, "Come"?
I use two fingers. Come. Who is it? Damn it, I was sleeping.
It's your favorite friend.
Genevieve? How did you get on the ship?
I am hurt and shocked, Captain.
Wow.
All right, Slef. Hang on. Let me put away the furry wall.
Wow.
You open the door to my room. it is still very set up Kasathan.
Mm-hmm.
Silks and big pillows, and the big hookah in the middle, and then of course the 32-inch flat screen and the SpaceX 4.
Yeah, I look around. I'm like, man, that is well, your room certainly is interesting.
Right? It's very Inara, but manly.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Anyway.
well, so
Why did you wake me up? What's wrong? Are we being attacked?
No, but I learned some really important information here, Cap. Something I figure you should be privy to immediately, even though you're trying to get your 40 winks there. He's like, he immediately pushes over the transcript to his tablet, right, or to his comms. He's like, looks like there's more than just one site. I mean, we should have figured because this is labeled Site 87. Oh, God. I just realized there's a Site 93. There's potentially almost 100 fucking sites. Right? Oh, my gods. What? He's like, what if they all have clones? What if they have clones of me?
Clef, it'll be okay.
I mean, you say that, but you're probably
I just
wrong.
For 32. That's a natural 20, Clef. You believe me.
Clef, I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, Captain, even though I think objectively you're wrong, subjectively you may be right, and I don't know how that works with facts, but you have a way with words, man.
All right. All right, so this is what I want you to do.
Yeah.
See if you can find any chatter about Site. Hey, wait, we're on fucking Broken Rot.
Yep.
We call Rigo Res. Well, wait, no. If it's my sleep cycle, it's probably Galactic Standard. So, wake me up in 4 hours, and then we'll call Rigo Res.
Slef's like, all right, I guess I'm your personal maid now. You want me to bring you some French toast?
No, but a fresh cup of coffee from Rec would be great.
Come to think of it, what the fuck even is French? And then he's scratching his head.
I was waiting for that.
I mean, you could call it by its British name, which is just eggy bread.
It's so fucking dumb, though.
Right. Apparently, we make eggy bread different.
Yeah.
That's another story for another time.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. So, and I think we're gonna I want to cut over to Ashira. You have been named as the current captain of the Fire Shrike.
Oh yeah, I remember. Totally forgot about that.
You actually have. Let me see. You
got a cloak now.
You have. There you go.
Yeah, you have.
Players. So you have. Show the crew assignments to everybody, so everybody knows where everybody's been assigned.
Hold on, no. Let me read this. What?
We have matching cloaks.
Fire Shrike.
We're like captains out of the old Gundam.
Oh Jesus. Okay, so I have Vector, Nectivo, Rec, Scramjet. I don't know any of these people. Why can't I be on a ship with people I know?
Well,
you got Rec.
You've got Rec.
Well, yeah, the robots.
But they do, yeah. Well, and Vector. Okay, so give you a rundown here. Scramjet, and maybe this is a good time for these people are kind of reporting into you. Like you've learned that Scramjet, he's a halfling, he's a pilot. He didn't take it anywhere near as seriously or as extreme as Nurx does, but apparently he comes highly recommended. Vector 113 is another SRO, so he's another robot. And he's a robot who's a roboticist. And he actually used to. I know, right? And he actually used to work for Dr. Talat, Professor Dr. Talat, on his station Shadow of Ever, and fell in with the pirates in the sector, and the aftermath. Glycil is an Osharu, which is like a snail-like, slug-like race. They are they're humanoid, but they have like that slug and snail like family quality to them. He's like blue and green colored. And Glycil apparently is you remember him. He was part of the team that inspected you and Ezzy when the doctor put resources behind Slef to try to figure out what was well, you wouldn't actually remember him because that was clone Ashira.
Yeah.
But Glycil apparently also worked for
I don't think
Dr.
we'd
Talon.
share that necessarily with everyone.
Did you tell her or not?
I was going to say, I've been introducing him as someone I met in prison because it makes him seem less like one of the Professor Doctor's cohorts.
Right.
And I'm sure that I've been over that. Like, we don't like the Doctor. So you might not.
That's why I was like, oh, joy.
Yeah. But Glycil is apparently he's a medical professional. And so he's good with computers and science and stuff.
Eats cheese by the wheel.
And Nect Kivo is a Shirin, and he's a Solarian. He's the same kind of class as the Captain Volvetto is. So he has he took the ability to create a weapon of energy rather than the armor of energy. He's got a few different abilities that aren't the same as the Captain's, but he's a Solarian, so
he's actually useful in combat.
You've got Nect, Kivo, and Rek who are useful in combat. Vector and Glycil who are useful in technical operations, and Scramjet who's a pilot. And I think you're like, maybe you're going over like your crew list or whatever and seeing these names and what have you. You are newly minted captain of the Fire Shrike. What's your first order of business here? Like, do you inspect the ship? Do you try to have a conversation with your crew members? Do you do you start laying down the law as to how you want shit to run? Or do you basically just tell everybody, don't fucking bug me for 24 hours? Or
Okay. So, one thing at a time. So,
okay.
Put a picture.
Give me like a checklist here. I can't.
No, I'm asking.
That's the kind of captain you are. Get yourself a checklist.
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to think of what I want. So, like, I think the inspect, wouldn't that be like something that would just happen? Inspect the ship?
Well, I mean,
can I do that anyway?
Is that what you're going to do?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not normal, but
well, no, but I mean, even fake Ashira was good enough.
Okay, so let's start with this. Inspect the ship. So how did that go?
So looking around. Fine? Yeah, so looking around the ship, and maybe Vector 113 follows you around while you're doing this, because since he's going to be your engineer, he wants to be a part of all of this. But yeah, maybe like what you're finding is the Fire Shrike has been. You can tell it's seen some hard use in the 6 months. In the however long you have been gone, they tell you it's been more than 6 months at this point. You're not entirely certain, but it looks like it's seen some hard use. It's definitely been in a few battles. There are some panels that are replaced. There's conduits that have been replaced. There's been, all kinds of stuff like rewired, patched, put together, and it. So, while Nahir was captaining it, and even probably before that, there was you can assume there was quite a bit of combat here.
Yeah.
It still has the same amenities you remember as far as it goes for, like, you still have your tech lab, you still have the medical bay, you still have the synthesis bay, and the cargo bay. And I think, what did you guys have? Nahir's
on the Blue Ember.
Yeah, so he would probably move his vehicle to there. Nurk's left her dirt bike there, though.
Well, she can get it later.
Well, Nurk's built a dirt bike for Ashira.
Yeah.
And Ashira doesn't. And it started when it was cloned Ashira, and I think when she like there's like a note that's like, well, I started this building this for you when you weren't you, but here it is anyway. Have fun. And
It sounded like God, not Nerks.
So is that on the Fire Shrike?
That's on the Fire Shrike.
Okay, cool.
Got
There
purple
is,
flames on the sides.
yeah. Oh yeah, she go
she
for it.
what?
I was gonna say she would customize it to what she thought you'd like. Yeah.
Right, and then probably even more so because you were dead for a while, so she just
Right.
worked on it.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Ashira's on the side of it. God damn it.
Hey, by the way, relevant to Ashira, Slef would have sent all of the video of Ashira, including what Bucket captured of Ashira's death, because Bucket was providing supporting fire.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, not only that, but technically we have Ashira's drone footage too, because we still all have drones.
Yeah.
The new crew doesn't have drones yet, but I don't have money to make new drones yet.
Yeah, so Ashira would have a lot of up-close information about herself before she got clone replaced, including footage of her dying.
Right. Have you gone through that footage yet?
So okay, first hold on. Let's back up because we did the inspection or what have you. It's been a little rough. So let's see, who would be doing my repair? Like, do we need any repairs or anything, or do I need to roll computers, or?
It's not that you need.
Is it just like nicks and bruises from shit?
Well, it's basically you're an accomplished engineer too, and you can tell when parts have been replaced or been used pretty hard. You know that it doesn't need immediate repairs, maybe a little bit of maintenance work here and there.
Okay.
But but it does familiarize you to the idea that, hey, in about 2 or 3 months, we're going to need to replace this. And we probably shouldn't push this particular power juncture here too far unless we have to, because it may not hold up to the strain until we can replace it. You know, those kinds of like little details that you would know, because you're an accomplished engineer. You could certainly also check out the computer system to see what's been, what's going on there. And Glycil is assigned to your science station, so he'd probably have an interest in that.
Okay, so after that, I would like to have a meeting, kind of just, because I feel like it'd be a little awkward at first because I'm still adjusting back to being here.
Right.
But I want to introduce myself and just kind of let them that I don't really have time to deal with bullshit, and I just need them to do what I tell them when I tell them, and we get along great.
Right. So yeah, like maybe where do you hold this meeting? Do you hold it in like the mess hall, on the bridge?
Probably the mess hall, so that I can drink the coffee that I've missed for so long.
Yeah, Rek actually has a pot of coffee made, and he's like, I wasn't sure if you still like coffee or not. The other you didn't. I don't know. I just I figured I'd be safe, rather than sorry. But yeah, you've got all of them sitting around.
Okay. I would like, is there a way to just kind of have them do a quick, like, introduce themselves to me, like what they're good at or whatever? Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
I would like that to happen.
Yeah, I think Scramjet kind of looks around and goes, well, I guess I'll go first. And he's a halfling. He's like, I'm Scramjet. I'm a pilot. I'm a pirate. I'm a lover, a joker, a midnight toker. As long as I get paid, I don't give a shit what we do. He says,
gonna complain about second breakfast a lot.
As long as you can count it, and I believe Scramjet, I actually have like a character sheet for him. Where's he at? There he is. Let's see what his skills are. He's a pilot, but he's also good at other things too. He's like, I took a little bit of gymnastics. I'm okay. I'm okay with people. Hey, you want me to infiltrate someplace? I'm pretty good at making myself look like I'm somebody else. I can do that. Always on the I'm always on the alert. And Glycil, or I think probably Nect Kivo, like, because he's a Sharon and he communicates primarily through telepathy, you all hear in your heads something about, even though you never look like you're paying attention. But he's like, I can, I'm pretty sneaky. I can get in and out of places, whatever you need. You need me to do stuff, I can do stuff. This is I have a broad range of skills. And he goes, and he kind of looks around and he says, "Hey, Mandible Boy, since you chose to speak up," and he looks over at the Sharon, and Kivo kind of looks around and he looks at. So he's hard to read whether or not like what his emotion is, but he's like, I am Nect Kivo. I am here to help. Whatever you need for me to do, I will do. I'm trained in combat. I follow the path of the balance between the stars and the black holes. You need somebody. Brought down. I can do it. And I guess I'm assigned to the guns. And Nahir said something that I'm part of the official security personnel too, which means I report to Rec, I guess. And he looks over at Rec.
That's correct.
And Rec is like, and remember, I have standing orders that if any one of you ever betrays the crew, I have to kill you. Not personal, just standing orders.
Wow.
We need to take that back like half a step. Otherwise, technically, he should have killed Sleth by now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, it's that thing where like, it's that thing where like no, he's not real sure what kind of footing Sleth is on at this moment. Like nobody's explained it. Nahir's pretty much put that question on pause, pending whatever the captain has said. He says goes on with that, because as far as he's concerned, that's the captain's decision on what to do about that. So he would have told anyone in security personnel.
Put him down.
Yeah, Nahir definitely would have dealt with that already in his own way, but he defers to Volvetto, to Zai. So
who is it that Nahir prays to? I forget.
Televet. Televet.
Sleth, you need to start quoting Televet more often. Maybe then Nahir will take you a little bit better.
But
just
yeah,
random scriptures.
Nect Kivo kind of goes, anytime you need my help, don't hesitate. I like to be of use. I want to be of use on this crew and prove that I'm worth flying with the Fire Shrike fleet. I don't know what you're calling yourselves these days, but I'm happy to be here. And I think Vector pops off next, and he's like, I am Vector 113. I am programmed for engineering, robotics, computers, all matters of technical concern would follow under my skill set. I will endeavor to make our lives easier by creating whatever needs to be created to I guess weapons manufacturing would be the most appropriate here.
Mm.
And it was like, you need it built, I will build it. And he kind of like sits down, and Glycil stands up, and he's like, and he kind of looks a little like down and depressed, but he, and maybe like he looks over to not Nect Kivo, but Vector for like support or something. He's like, I'm Glycil. I'm a doctor, medical arts. I'm also a
I like cheese whiz.
Let me pull up his character.
And fucking cotton balls.
He's like,
I used to be a music
I'm
producer.
trying to take a drink of coffee.
He's like,
Stop.
I'm also a devout. I am also a devout worshiper of Horus, the god of evolution. All
Fucking cool.
things
Nobody
change.
asked.
Yeah, he's like, well, he's well, I mean,
He's that guy.
yeah, he's a mystic as well as a medic. He's
Yeah.
like, I am trained in the mystic arts. Therefore, anything you have to do with mysticism, anything you have to do with medical, life sciences, I know a bit about that.
A mysticism medic. Where have I seen that before?
I know, right?
Who's my fucking competition now?
Well, you're a captain now.
A slug.
What do you care? Like,
He's a really big one for his kind too. He's
Yeah.
literally almost 11 inches taller than the norm.
yeah, he's about 5'2", so he's a little tall for his race. And I think that pretty much. And Wreck-It probably turns and says, I'm Rec 17. I am the head of security for this ship, and I will be assisting in all security operations. I have a previous working relationship with Captain Gilvin before her promotion, so I kind of know what she likes. So that's just so you knew who you got to come to for security issues and concerns. That's me. He goes, and he says, per Nahir's orders, I will have regular scheduled drills and practices, training sessions will happen in the cargo bay. He's like, I think he probably says, Next Kivo, I'm putting you in charge of inventory, of the weapons inventory and maintenance schedules. And he says, and Captain Gilvin, is there anything else you would like to stress to the crew before I send out any of these here practice schedules and what have yous?
That's you, sure.
Oh,
forgot
I
your
didn't-
last name.
No, yeah.
Not used to being called by your last name.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know who the fuck he's talking to.
Yeah.
You can be like, just call me Captain Ishir.
Can we just no, I feel like I want all the rest of them to call me Captain, but I feel like Rek and I have known each other for like he can call me Ashira.
Oh, he's super formal. That's gonna be difficult for him.
Get over it. Get over it.
He's just
Or will it make him happy to say Miss Ashira?
probably.
I'm not gonna remember I have a last name. We don't use it. So can we just forget I have that? Can you just forget about that?
No.
He's called me Miss Ashira before though. So I mean I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I guess it works.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
But yeah, it's like you have your crew sitting in front of you. So you have.
I do want to kind of just. I mean, I'm not gonna like do it, but you know what I mean. I want to kind of just assume that I go through the kind of just to skim over the ordeal that I've done. You know, I've been gone and what happened and stuff, and just remind them that doesn't make me weak.
Mm-hmm.
And I can kill them. So.
Aww.
Yeah, I think Rek backs this. I think Rek backs this up wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, the last time we raided a blood accretion base, Ashira fought like whatever the biggest predator you've ever seen is. And,
oh God, what do we call it? We named it.
We did name it. I don't remember.
She saved me from that den of Gundarks.
The
What's it?
Slug hog. It's a slug hog.
Slug hog, yeah. Yeah. And she fought like more fiercely than a slug hog. And they all kind of look at each other like, what the fuck is that?
Slug hog.
You can find that in
They've never been to that planet, so
if you don't know, consider yourself lucky.
Well, I think he's kind of oblivious to the fact that they all are like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Glycil, for one, actually looks intrigued. It's the first time you've seen him look anything but sort of like mopey.
Oh.
He's like,
Tell me more about
Excited.
that.
he's,
Technically, now I'm the person who has the most experience with slug hogs from a life science perspective, so if they want info, they know who to talk to.
Oh my god.
yeah, but yeah, he's like, we have there is video files in the archive of some of our
yeah.
past fights. You may want to check them out. And we do have a training video. It'll say three words quite often. Don't be a slef. So whatever you see slef doing.
Wait, don't be a slef. Isn't that like 5 words?
I don't know.
It is
He's
technically
wrecking,
5
okay.
words. If you compound slef, it's 4.
Yeah,
Still.
It's like,
Don't be
It's
slept.
very Texan that
It's
you
like-
can't count.
it's like, well, yeah, it's just like it says, don't, whatever you see the black rat doing on any of combat, don't do that. One is bad enough.
I would like to just kind of, just real quick go. Now, what the hell? Cordrum? What the hell's his name? The guy I hate?
Oh,
Yeah,
Sir
yeah.
Oh,
Never
man.
remember his damn name.
I can actually remember his name now.
Oh, God. Anyway, I'd like to just kind of go over briefly the shit that he's done and that he had killed not
Oh,
really
well,
me,
man.
but
Nerx has a lot of those stories if you can't remember them all.
yeah. Well, I just want to go over this with the crew real quick so they kind of understand that if we do come across him, he's mine.
Yeah, they're.
Aww.
I think.
Stepping
You're
away.
so vicious and vindictive. Remember, your regular is here now.
I think.
I'm still chaotic neutral, and I'm kind of pissed right now. So
I mean, I imagine you would be if you've seen
Yeah.
somebody kill you before.
yeah. So
that might tend to make you not like that person.
Ah, look at me.
But yeah, I think they all kind of nod in agreement about that. And Scramjet, for his part's like, "Hey, you're the captain. Whatever you say." It's like, this is you give me an order not to tangle with the commander of the Hell Knight forces in the outer territories. That's an order I don't have a problem following. He says, and he's very fucking matter of fact about it. He's like, I don't have a problem with not trying to fight that guy, and that's cool with me. Right on. And I think we'll cut over for a moment and let's go to the Spitfire because the Spitfire has people on it too.
Ooh.
Captain Ezzy, as a matter of fact, and Lysin. What is Captain Ezzy? What's Captain Soraval's first order of business as the captain of the Spitfire, or at least the first order of business that he can remember as being captain of the Spitfire? Was it really you when it wasn't you? These are the questions. But
Who's
what
on
is your?
face?
Let's leave the philosophy behind for now about the meaning of self, and let's appreciate the
look
fact that
happy.
I have indeed taken it upon myself to wear the high-backed 80s collar or
Nice.
80s cloak. I'm going to look like I'm a fucking Pulp Fiction captain as much as I can. The oversized cloak that's always billowing. You're not sure why, but thank God for minor
You look
at
like
feats
God.
of magic. Yeah, I'd probably just similar to Ashira, I would, call everybody together because, hey, looking at this list, I know one person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I mean.
Probably get everybody in the. Is there a mess hall or a crew area
Yeah,
on
there's
the
a
ship?
mess hall. Yeah, there's a mess hall. And
Well, you know Qualu, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Is I know Qualu.
Yeah.
And I know the angel lady who saved me a little bit, and she doesn't like pizza.
Apparently.
Doesn't like pizza.
God.
My sin is the pilot.
Yeah.
So,
I call
scantily
everybody there because I
dressed
want it to be at least semi-informal, even though,
Un-
damn, I like this big collared cloak.
I love it.
Call everybody again and be like,
All right,
so,
yeah.
hi, everybody. I'm the captain. Yeah. And he's like looking around like, oh, what do I do? I don't know anybody, and I've been in a fucking pod for 6 months.
I like it.
Welcome back, Izzy.
And he just takes a deep breath and he's like, we've been through a lot. The crew of the Fire Shrike, the crew of the Spitfire. But that's made us all better. Because Captain Zai, Captain Ashira, myself, everybody, we're not here to tell you what to do. We're not here to order you into battle. You're going to be going in right alongside us. Because we're a family here. And we take care of our own. So when we go out there and you see those Hell Knights parading around what looks like Ashira's corpse, they're going to come for you. When we land on a civilized planet, we're going to have to hide. But what matters is here on this ship, or any of the others, we're free. We can go where we want. They can take the land, they can take the sky, but the stars belong to us. So if you'll work with me, I'll keep you safe. And there's nothing that this family can't do.
About halfway through that speech, someone starts tapping a rhythm. And
And I'm like, oh,
I'm like, did
that
you
vent's
rob,
always been
like,
broken.
greeting card factory for all that, or
Yeah, are you? Man, Captain Essie is the softest space pirate I've ever seen.
soft.
on the
Which is a
same
good-
note,
Which
you've
is
still seen fireflies. So
Which
it's
is
okay.
pretty in character, I would think. He's very much not a space pirate.
Well,
He just got roped in with all of you.
Well,
How
and
did-
that's
Jesus.
why it's a good thing he's got like Qualu there, because Qualu it's just like Qualu can be the mean for him if needed.
So we're gonna go around and we're gonna get to know each other. As I said, my name's Esley. I used to be one of the most famous people in all of the Pact Worlds for at least a month. And then I decided that I wasn't going to have any of that. Some things happened, and I ended up out there, got my ship blown up by a bunch of metalheads, got onto the Fire Shrike by offering a backpack full of drugs to Shaba, who's not there with us anymore. And I got abducted by a bunch of aliens and turned into a clone. I'm the real me, I think.
They all kind of look at each other like confused, like, what did he just say?
Anyway,
No,
I mean-
exclamation marks and
He
big question
pulls-
marks above their heads, like, what?
anyway, and he like, you hear him like ruffling paper. Anyway, Qualu, help.
Qualu's like, yes, well, then I am, that would bring it to me. I am Qualu. I am the chief of security around here. I am also running the science station. I've been with the Fire Shrike for a while now. It has been, mind your duties and you will come out okay. It has been my experience that they do not give up on each other. 6 months worth of not giving up on each other. Probably would have been more. There he says, I will be a direct line for all security concerns, and he says, and I am at the disposal of Captain Soraval, and his whenever he needs something, and he kind of passes it along, and he's like, and he looks over to you, Lyson, and he says, and you are? We did not get a chance to formally talk much, miss.
My, how formal.
What? That was very low. I could barely hear.
Okay. I am Lysin. You notice I got the wings. don't know why they call me an angel, but I'm not. I'm going to be your pilot for now, and I can back up security if it's needed. That's about it you need to know right now.
Yeah, you get. Is I think Qualu is like, very well, and Whistlefizz is actually pretty excited. He kind of like almost jumps out of his seat and kind of jumps on the table because he's super excited, and he's like, I am Whistlefizz, and my goal is to be the best engineer that this side of the Tabori cluster and
Bitch, you
beyond.
thought.
He says I'm super happy to be working here. I was running engineering in the absence of Slef and Shira and Shaba, and well, Nurx was busy with other things, but I was here, and I'm here to do my job, and I'm real. He says, by the way, do you happen to have any fortunate trinkets? I'm a little hungry. I like breakfast food.
Oh, god damn it.
He kind of looks around. He's like, no, none. Okay, well,
I think we
maybe
did, but I don't know. I haven't been here for 6 months. I think Clone Me didn't like happy things.
He goes, oh, well, I suppose I'll check the stocks later. He's like,
If not, put in a requisition form.
Yeah,
Because I like making sure that my people are happy.
right on. I think that leaves the humanoid centipede creature in the room, and it's like, and it is not sitting in a chair. Obviously, it's just kind of like pulled a chair aside and kind of took a place at the table, just kind of standing there. It's like, we are Tixpit. Yes, we are, and we stab things and we shoot things and we go on grand adventures, and we like to. And we're very, very, very interested to be here, and we want to learn everything about fighting. Fight. That's what I'm here for. I like to do that stuff. When are we gonna fight?
You're banned from having coffee.
He goes, okay. He kind of looks around like, I'm
At least
banned from
decaf.
coffee.
Decaf. You can only have decaf.
He's like, okay, decaf.
I just look over at Qualu and Lyson like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, he's, you seem to have got some of the most exuberant of the new crew members.
How
Lyson face palms. It's like, oh, no.
How fitting that Ezzy gets the good boys.
I wouldn't necessarily call them good boys, just really excited to be here.
The ones who are just fucking happy to do what they do.
Right?
The eccentric ones.
Well, Whistlefizz wants notoriety, and Tixpit just is really excited to be fighting and doing things. He just will. He's into his job. But yeah. Do you have anything else for your crew here?
Yeah, I probably get up and readjust my fucking Captain Harlock space pirate cloak. And
nice.
Go. Now keep in mind we're working with the rest of the crew, and I think Nahir has sent out some schedules for intership training sessions. I don't remember. Did we do? Yeah, no, we didn't do these, did we? When I was
actually,
cloned.
Yeah. Well, you did one or two before the clone, and then the clone was involved in a couple too. So
yeah,
it's been spread out. It's something that's consistently been one of the things that, in the narrative, that Nahir likes to do.
Just welcome aboard to the Spitfire. Let's get out there and let's earn our pay.
Yeah, and I think Whistle Fizz is like, he's like, so, like, he's like, who do he says, I've got the initial maintenance reports and I've got the initial maintenance reports and requisition forms. I've been putting them together. Apparently, Mr. Sluff ran a pretty organized engineering crew. Nobody's told me if he's supposed to be overall in charge of us again or who that's supposed to be. I think
I
Nerks was
better
doing
be
it.
chief engineer for the entire fleet.
If you
Oh,
have
it's
any questions, I would ask the Black Rat, because here's the thing. He knows engineer, and I like lean real close in. He knows engineering.
he's like, okay, will do. So I'll have reports sent to your comms as soon as I get them finished and ready to go. But first, I'm gonna go look for some cereal. And he like literally walks right over to the cabinets and crawls up on the cabinets and starts looking through shit.
Yeah, I'm
Looking
like, oh no, I'm gonna have to get step ladders for all of these guys. I probably do
Well,
like look over Qualo. I'm like, Qualo, we need step ladders as soon as we can get them. I don't want my crew falling off of cupboards.
he just kind of goes. He goes. Understood. I will send a requisition to the Fire Shrike and see if they can't have a couple of them fabricated. And he looks at you and goes, you are muted, Chris.
Honestly, if he doesn't have his own by now, there's something wrong with that gnome. It seems like something he would carry around with him.
No, actually, because he trusts in his ability to. He trusts in his ability to get up and down. But it's mostly. I think it's mostly based off pride. I'll have to, because I don't think I ever put his stats onto the computer. I'll have to do that. But I'm
Give them
assuming
names.
certain.
They might as well have stats.
I know. I'm assuming certain stats at this point, as far as it goes. I'm assuming, but I didn't get everybody into the.
Right, Jesta. I was just joking.
So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Most of
Before
them are in.
before we
Yeah.
swap over, not to be a scene hog, but I have one thing I'd like
Yeah,
to do with
sure.
Lysin.
Okay, sure.
Like the captain looks over at you, Lysin, and is like, "Can you meet me on the bridge?"
Okay.
And go to the bridge, and he's like, "I never got to tell you thank you for pulling me out of there. From what I understand, you were the one who did it when even the rest of my crew wasn't sure what to do."
It seems like they found you important. Now I know why. It's understandable.
Yeah,
Hey, you're welcome.
he smiles at that. He's like, I know you're gonna do great on this ship, and I'm happy to be your captain. When you get the chance, you can calibrate the ship however you want, get her to run as smoothly as you can. Just make sure you don't, just warn engineering before you gun things. I remember Nerks and Slef had a big fight over something like that.
I'll keep that in mind.
He just
Is
reaches
all
out
the
and...
crew,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
is all the crew this excitable? It gets weird.
Yeah, we'll call it pre-flight jitters. Though, I'm sure once we get going, everybody will kind of even out on a similar level.
Let's hope so, because if they're like this in a real firefight, I'd be worried.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about the one that wants to learn about fighting. That's... Oh, it's a good thing he's on guns.
Yeah.
Might not be. We don't know yet.
Well, regardless.
Lysin, as a soldier, you recognize that Tixpit is a trained soldier. Actually, the way you've seen him handle weapons, bringing them on board, he's actually a professional soldier, and he's actually good at his job. At least he's confident with weapons and knows how to handle them. He's just very excitable.
Yeah, that's what she's worried about.
Yeah.
Bang bang.
But and he like gives her a real awkward pat on the shoulder. It's like, if you need anything, let me know, but she's yours. You have the helm.
Alright.
Okay. She goes to start to modify the chair to accommodate her wingspan.
Nice. Like, well, first things first, got to make this comfortable.
Yeah, I probably like
Exactly.
even. I have like my comm pad like on a wristlet, and
Right
like I
on.
just punch in something that's like, see about ordering a chair designed for wing-bearing individuals.
You're right on, right
And
on.
other than that, I think I'm just going to go off to my quarters and have a little bit more of an existential breakdown because I was gone for 6 months, replaced by a clone that decided to kill a whole bunch of people, and now I'm wanted. But
Yeah,
also
Wanted.
to look over all of these reports that my crew have given me and to look over their psych reports because I'm a little worried now.
Well, what records you do have that you can check on, you find out that Tixpit is indeed a competent soldier. Whistlefizz is indeed a competent engineer. Whistlefizz and Tixpit both have worked for a number of different free captains. I'll have worked for a number of different. Well, Whistlefizz has worked in a few freighters, like commercial freighters, before coming here. Tixpit's been a mercenary for a while, and um, looking through it, you like Qualu. You knew when you like right before you were like abducted, you met Qualu, um, and you know what his qualifications were, and what have you. Um, as far as it goes, everybody seems to be settling in to the accommodations and what have you, uh, and like getting themselves set up in whatever areas they're supposed to be dealing with or working with. Um, Incidentally, for those of you on the Fire Shrike and Spitfire, Ezzy and Ishiro, you can essentially name whoever your second is, like whoever you use as your second in command to give out orders when you are busy or whatever. But obviously, Nahir recommended Qualu and Rex 17, mostly because he knows them better than he knows any of the rest of them.
I would
Yeah.
definitely choose Rex.
I second the Qualu recommendation.
Yeah.
Because well, and there is history with Ashira and Rex serving on the same shift. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's that level of comfort there.
All right, and then I will send a memo to everyone that says Nahir is number 1 for security, Sleth is number 1 for fucking engineering, and Glycil is number 1 for science now.
All right.
But
And
I'll
what
always
about-
be number 1 Doctor Boy.
And you had Qualu
Or
assigned.
captain.
And you had Qualu assigned as the head
Oh,
up.
is number 1 intelligence? Yes.
So he's in charge of your intelligence stuff. Awesome. Cool.
You still have Ashira as backup for all that because she's still good with computers.
Oh yeah. And Ashira is pretty much as good of an engineer and hacker as Slef is, and Nurks. Slef, Nurks, and Ashira are like the best at that shit of anybody, really.
All right. It's
So-
okay. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out. Everyone knows that they have a superior now.
Right on. Cool. And I think maybe you guys get your mails towards that effect. You're like, and Captain, I want to cut back to you for a second because there is there you do get a message from the free captain, specifically from Captain Vames, Captain Vames Kiln, Captain Kiln,
I'll wake up for
for a
that.
meeting. Yeah, he's requesting a meeting. Like he'll meet you like on your ship or
I'm
at
on
the council
over.
hall or where.
No, he can see what the new ship looks like.
Yeah.
He did pay for it after all. I show him the
Well,
plaque once he gets there. That's the first thing I point out.
and he just kind of he kind of looks at it and for those who don't know, and for the audience at home, Captain Kiln is a sort of grizzled, a very large man. He's grizzled, he's intimidating, he's got a scar, and he's kind of like, he looks every inch like the pirate, and he comes on board the ship, and of course Nahir knows him, so Nahir comes on board as like, oh, we'll escort you to the captain. Like brings him to you. He's got one of his own men with him too, but like he leaves him outside with Nahir wherever you guys choose to meet. Like, do you have him meet you on the bridge or
let's do
science lab or
mess hall.
cargo or mess hall? Yeah, okay, yeah. So basically, his guy and Nahir are essentially out guarding the door, so important free captain business can go on. And
Right.
Kiln,
I have blue grog poured already.
yeah, he goes.
I take a sip from his cup, put it down, and I take a sip from my own.
He looks at it and he looks at it and and takes a drink and he says, "Yep, it's as good as I heard it was."
Actually, it's better. This batch is one of Nurx's. She definitely has a handling for it. Quite mastered.
Which, by the way, she's already building a still in the engine room on the Blue Ember. She's
I
already
knew she
building
would.
shit there.
It's okay. This time we'll go for mead. Space honey.
Yeah, he's
Anyway.
like, he's like, anyway, as good as this is, and could have been a reason to come by and visit you in the place, but
We're invited on day one. It's true.
he says, however, he says, been busy taking care of business dealing with the corpse fleet. They've been a bit more active lately, pressing on the borders, but that's not what I'm here to discuss. So, there's been a referendum while you've been gone. It seems there are a lot of people that take issue about, well, fees, kicking in towards the cause. And there were a few people who raised some concerns about the Fire Shrike not having brought in any fresh ships. In fact, moving the votes to get you the extra ship to help you out wouldn't have happened without the aid of Chunderbucket Charlie. Even Rigo Rez was a bit hesitant, and he likes you.
That's true. Rigo does like me. I'm sorry that my insane life has put me so far from core block space. But
well, he says, there was a decision made, and
okay, go ahead.
I was given a task of talking to you about it because they figured, shit, you and I don't really like each other that much to begin with anyway. So harsh words coming from from someone you don't like, not a real loss. Says the decision was made, a lot of wrangling. We understand you're in the arms trade.
Yes.
Zaraht doesn't have a problem with it, considering you keep your activities in the outer rim, and you two seem to have some sort of agreement anyway.
Yeah, he's my friend.
In lieu of sending back ships captured, the council has agreed to allow a special dispensation. Kick us back a percentage of profit from your arms trade, and you don't have to worry about catching ships or dealing with the politics back here in the Pact Worlds.
Okay. What kind of percentage are you asking?
Well, they initially wanted a 20% cut. Zaraht talked him down. In fact, he talked him down quite a bit. Pretty amazing, all things considered. Had a little help from Chunderbucket Charlie. Still don't understand why that guy likes you. He said, but and, but the point is, it's 10%, and you kick
So
back
10% off
10%.
the top. I like it.
You kick back 10%. You don't have to worry about any of the politics back here or quotas on ships brought in and goods hauled in.
Yeah.
It'll be considered your what do they call it, tithe? What's the
Right.
et cetera, et cetera.
That reminds me. But that's another moment. So I'm okay with all that. Also, I'm slightly hurt. I thought since, because we got jobs that we had squashed that. But let's move on.
He kind of
I refill his cup.
he says, as far as that goes, don't get me completely wrong here. I respect you. I've seen what you can do, both in combat, both in ship-to-ship combat and through the newsreels. You're capable enough, I know that. Be stupid of me and dismissive to say otherwise. But I still don't know, he says, but I still don't know if we could call ourselves friends. Friendlier
that.
business acquaintances.
Yeah.
Contacts, maybe, but
I'll go for contact because I don't drink with business acquaintances.
he says, Zaraht, he's your friend. He's done a lot of political maneuvering to get you out of hot water with the council.
Right.
He says, but
I have to admit, my reputation is fearsome at the moment.
That it is. And he says, and he kind of says, and in the end, that's the important part. No captain makes a name for himself by being anything but feared. And he says,
That reminds me. Do you know of this Site 93?
Site 93 sounds like some kind of scientific corporate mumbo jumbo.
Right. The last one we found out was Mastodon Corporation, technically. So we might actually ask someone else for that too. I just thought I'd ask you because, you're a man that knows things and drinks.
Well, I know of some things, but I haven't really been keeping up on the scienceoides lately. I've been mostly concerning myself with bringing in raw goods, making quotas, enforcing the protection fees that the free captains demand from those who do business with us and want to not have their ships taken in the middle of our territory.
I appreciate the work that you guys do while I'm gone. I'd really like to get back to just being a space pirate, but, well, let me summarize. The shit that's going on right now with me is stuff that people make books about. And I'm talking about books that are not real. Like places where magic doesn't exist, places that just aren't real.
Kansas.
Anyway, so we will start when we return. We will pay 10% of whatever we make making guns. I can do that for you, no problem. That means I have to start making guns. So eventually I'll have to talk to Zaraht.
Yeah, and one more thing.
Yeah.
There are two people in the outer territories where you're active. We want to make sure stay within line. This is who want
The
to
best
move.
may have to die.
Yeah, Jakarez is one of them. The other one is Neverwhere. She's got the
Everwhere's
closest.
captain? Did I know that?
She has connections to the free captains.
Right, but that doesn't necessarily make her a captain. So I'm
Yeah,
kind
she's
of
like-
blown away by this fact. I'm like, what? Say that again.
Unofficially, she does business with us.
That
Closest
makes me
thing,
feel better.
she's got the closest thing to a foothold for the free captains in the sector. We want to make sure that she continues to have friendly, make sure that she continues to serve our interests, or at the very least doesn't cross them.
We're okay on that part to a degree because I owe her a favor. Because after all, she is the one that helped me get the ship in the first place. Oh, come up to the bridge. I made you a new plaque.
Yeah, he's like, maybe some other time. I've got some business to deal with. Apparently, there is a plot to bomb Songbird Station.
That sounds ridiculous. Good
It
luck.
is. He says that it is, and he says, well,
I'll walk you out with Nahir. It'll be fun.
He's kind of like, and Slef, you recognize Captain Kiln, when he
Oh, of
walked
course.
by.
Yeah, I would totally wave to him and be like, "Hey, what's up, Captain Kiln?"
Yeah, he kind of looks over and he's like, and he kind of smirks and he goes, "Hey, if you're ever looking for more work blowing things up and you're tired of this lot, you create some pretty nasty explosions. I tend to like that."
Slef like bows and says, "Sir, your praises humble me greatly," and like gives like a real big bow.
Yeah, he just kind of, he nods and he says, he nods. Yeah, by the way, he's like, by the way, Captain, your friend Kolnak,
Yeah.
he's bounced around between a few different ships of lately. I understand he's on some ship with some gambler woman. Really good at black holes and cannons and black holes. She she won her first ship in a game with me and Zaraht.
Oh, that chick, right?
Yeah, professional gambler and a member of the Free Captains. And I'm a little embarrassed that she managed to win the game, but you know me, I've never been that great at that game.
It's true. It's true. Neither have I.
And
But I'm better at it than I am boxing. Haha.
and he kind of laughs. He goes, "This is also true." And he kind of chuckles at that, and he says, "Good luck to you, Captain."
Good
And
luck.
he says, "And I'll make sure to tell Zaraht that
Get a hold of me.
that you said hi or something."
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll get a hold of him too.
Yeah, he just kind of shrugs his shoulders, and he turns around to his guys like, "Come on, we've got work to do."
I look at you here and I'm like, come on, we have work to do.
Wait,
God damn it.
Captain, I just remembered something.
You need to come too. Actually, Nahir, you do your normal thing. You're important. Nahir, you're not important for this.
Captain, I have something important to tell you.
Okay.
So, remember Bettina Klemlin? That's
Yeah.
a stupid fucking question. Yeah.
I do remember. I also remember that you said that you owe her a favor because she gave you that ship that blew up.
Well, not just that. She has a kind of weird request for you. She told me to tell you to not do arms trading stuff in the Tabori.
Actually, that's Jakar.
That was Jakara's?
Yep.
Oh, well, hey, you remember Captain Jackie?
Yes, I was just talking about him.
Yeah, he wants you to, not make weapons. I told him that that's definitely not going to fly, but I would tell you. I also
can't make
told
weapons in the Tabori cluster. That's what you said.
Yeah, deal weapons.
Can't deal
Yeah,
them.
we're not allowed to deal weapons in the Tabori cluster.
Okay, how about if I just give weapons as presents, and then they give me credits as presents?
You know, I think that technically counts as dealing in his eyes. He's not a bureaucrat. He's a realist.
Okay, well then we'll have someone else sell the weapons after we get there. That'll make.
You know what? We have another option. We
All
could
the
just
loopholes.
blow him out of the fucking stars. And you know, I like the guy, but if he's gonna be like that, diametrically opposed to art goals. You know what I'm saying?
Technically, I understand that point of view too, and we talked about him because he's apparently not necessarily on the good side of the captains. But
Right.
what we need to do right now is get everybody together
Mm-hmm.
and see how many people are going to work our assembly line for this. Because I didn't actually ask anyone on the new. I didn't ask any of the new crew how good they were at doing that sort of thing.
Captain, I have a request/recommendation for a near future tactical response.
Okay.
We need a semi-permanent area to produce these weapons. Yes, one of our strengths is that we are mobile, but nobody ever gets anywhere by just being mobile. The ice cream truck must become a factory before it makes real money. And our ice cream factory is Planet Xi. And I
Planet
request
Xi
humbly that
currently-
we get back there so we can save Denise.
Denise is fine. She's made of metal.
By the
I
way-
know, but it's
Wait.
lonely.
Wait.
by the-
I
by
would
the
just
way-
like to point out that his facial expressions when he's talking like Slep, just I can't do it.
You're
I just
super
can't.
cute.
I can't do it, man.
Well, now I'm gonna have to refresh.
Yeah,
Sorry, stream.
he's cracking me up. I'm just sitting here smiling like, oh my god.
Slap, I need you to calm down by 20%, please.
Okay, I can do 15. That's the
Okay,
best I can
15.
do.
By the way, did you ever send any of that information to Qualu since he's your intelligence officer?
If,
Yeah, that
if
would've
he's
been
our
the next
intelligence
one.
officer, I would have sent it all.
Okay, I just want to make sure that so I know that
And-
he knows.
You also technically need to get Glycil in on this because this is his bread and butter.
Which one is the alien stuff?
Yeah,
Oh,
the-
yeah.
The
I mean-
snail man that I posted in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you tell me, I mean, you know Slef,
I
if you
would
tell him
say
to do a
that.
thing,
Wait.
he'll do the thing.
That's Glycil?
Well, not those colors, but basically, yeah.
That's
Does he
his
leave
race.
slug crap all over my ship? Because I swear to God,
No, but he can slime you if he wanted to.
he slimes anything on my ship, I'm gonna slime him back.
You know what? If he slimes anything, I promise you I will clean it. As
Good.
long as I can get onto the ship.
Yeah.
It's okay. There are people that clean on her ship too.
Okay.
They have
But I'm
chores.
the best damn janitor.
All I
I
could
know.
picture was the slug trail, and I'm like, nope, I'm not having
Technically,
this shit.
just
No,
we
they don't.
can take care of the
No, they
ship,
don't.
but we still make everyone do chores. It's very, sea captain of us.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess we're gonna make a bunch of guns left. But in order to start that, I have to get with Zaraht so I can have the contract in the first place. So we have the materials required, and part of that money will go both to the free captains as well as Zaraht, and for the rental use of, I don't know, a storefront. I guess I don't want to say a factory because that sounds too big.
Give me a basic. Actually, give me a.
Sure.
Give me a intelligence check here, Captain's Eye.
All right.
There's a hit to the ego.
18's there. That's not bad.
You remember that Isig, the Tiefling in the Outer Rim territories, offered to be a middleman for you for a cut of the profit.
God bless you. God bless you, my brain that's controlled by God sometimes.
I don't know
All
that
right,
that's
a
a
good
blessing.
call on your part. That is an excellent call.
I
But
was gonna say it's something you would technically remember.
if I get a contract here, push out some guns, give everyone that needs some money so they calm the hell down. Because I realize I haven't been being a good space pirate. But
Oh,
No.
Captain, don't
my
short
life
sell
is more
yourself.
complicated than space piracy right now. And
It is. You were just
that is
in
the God's
jail.
will. Right? For 6 months.
Yeah. Wait, were you anybody's little?
Oh wow.
Wow.
I
I'm just
actually
curious,
have-
Captain.
All of the
Pimp slap.
weapons on the Spitfire train themselves on
Aw, he
Slef.
pimp
Pimp
slaps.
slap
Yeah.
26 hit you, Slef.
Yeah.
Okay, it does no damage. It just lets you know that you need to be put in your place.
Yeah, Slef like gets that like real sad look, and he's like, Oh, I was just being curious.
Ask Captain Zai if he's someone's bitch in prison. That shit.
I'm sorry.
But let me tell you a
Captain.
story. Glycil hated it because one of the things that we did when we roughed people up was Glycil had to slime them.
Ew.
And just so you know, asking a slug man to rub his legs across someone's face and walk over them is kind of mean because, you know, humans especially are salty creatures.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't exactly do that. He just sort of spit slime in there.
Oh, that's even better. But either way,
You know what? I'm going to stop asking you questions about prison because that one story is already enough to make me feel wholly disgusted. And
Actually-
that doesn't happen often.
the first time it happened, it was actually Elgas's thought.
Ah!
Yes.
You.
By the way, Elgas was no one's bitch either.
Good. Good. If he was, I would have. I
would
don't
have shanked
know.
them for you, Slef. It's okay.
Thank you.
Now, back to let's get a hold of some people, make some guns real quick, pay off some fucking people that are whiny, and then go back to the fucking cluster, find
Yep.
Area 93.
Blow it up?
Well, let's see if there's any real people there before we blow it up.
Maybe there's an actual Dyden Losif collectible action figure again.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah! Oh, Captain, give me
Yes.
a list of everyone who could assist with our engineer or with our weapons manufactory. I'm
I'm
going to
pretty
start
sure-
designing a process.
All of our base crew can, and oh, hang on.
I
gotta
can
get
make
back to the list.
fusions. I can make really
God
good fusions.
Damn!
Yes, we can all do that, but fusions cost extra.
Well, fuck me for having mysticism.
No,
No, I have
after
mysticism
Shaba
too.
left,
So
after
does
Shaba
Ashira.
left, we need you to have mysticism.
Yeah.
We
Ashira
need
can
all
do
of you
too.
to have mysticism because I only have like 3 ranks in it or something.
Oh, you don't need any more than 3 ranks to
I have a
help.
total of.
Well,
to
but you
help,
can't
yeah.
make. But you can't. Yeah, I was gonna say, but you can't.
I mean, I have. Yeah,
do
I
You
have
lost
haven't-
like.
Shaba's ability to make 8th level.
I have a plus
Yeah.
18 to mysticism.
So
That's nice.
I'm
yeah.
a mystic. I have to.
Somebody's going to be the head of mysticism projects.
Okay, so I send out a fucking thing that's all like, so we're gonna make some guns. Everyone that has the ability to do engineering, show up at, I don't know, we'll say 3 hours from now.
Oh, and Ashira, you get a requisition also for a step ladder to be made on the Fire Shrike's tech bay for the
Aw.
Spitfire.
Can I make it?
Paulo sends you.
Oh,
Well,
and we'll
see-
also make licensing while we're doing all of this too.
Yeah.
As well, all the smart boy engineers are going to go off and play Russian gunmaker. As he's
It's gonna
going
be
to
awesome.
make one small modification to the Spitfire, and that's like
Okay.
right above the or the screen of the cockpit on the outside. It's going to put the emblem of Desna on the ship.
Nice.
So there's just a purple and black butterfly on it now.
Nice.
That's what
There's one
happens.
right next to it that says Darwin.
And then I just like start putting paint over that one.
Yeah, there's a flying spaghetti monster on the back.
Oh, that one's really getting paint.
Aww.
Don't you dare badmouth my darling little butterfly star goddess.
Okay, do what you want. You can't paint over the dragon though.
No,
Otherwise
no,
it's-
no. This is like
Hey,
on
many
the
of your
prow
your
of the
crew-
ship.
yeah, many of your crew have religious beliefs held in some way or another, but there are those who are very obvious about it and celebrate it more than others.
I mean, I am a mystic,
Yes, I understand.
so I'm just like, must spread religious doctrine.
I used to be a Kasathan priest. It's okay. I understand.
Well,
Yeah, for those of
unfortunately,
you that don't know, a long, long time ago, before Zai went adventuring, he was well on his way to becoming a priest.
he was, indeed.
How far he has fallen.
Yeah, they.
How far he's grown.
Yeah, pretty much. So there's a you all Ashira, you probably get involved in this general you definitely get involved in this general thing too. This general.
Yeah, that's the awesome part about being part of my armada.
Jesta, you are muted.
Um,
No, there you are. We
There you
didn't
are.
hear you for a little bit.
Are we good? Okay, cool. But yeah, Whistlefizz shows up. Glycil, of course, shows up because you put this out to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Vector 113 shows up. So
What?
they're all there.
I shake his hand. I'm like, it's good to see you. I knew you'd come.
Who's
Vectors.
Vectors? He's like, I am ready to. He says, I am ready to do my job.
All right, listen to Slef real quick. He has a super fucking. We've almost perfected this. With all of us working together, we'll be able to get everything done within a few days.
All right.
All right, Captain. How many guns are we making again?
Technically, we have to like back travel for that because we never got a hold of Zaraht before the 3 hours passed.
Well, Zaraht, and you know this from it's been established. Zaraht is off on mid now. He's actually dealing.
So
He's
Rigo,
actually dealing with the
we
corpse.
call Rigo because Rigo would fucking at least be able to hook us up with something.
Well, I mean, first of all, the question I have is, how many UPBs do you have to make weapons, and what weapons are you making?
See, that was always the nice thing about Zaraht. Zaraht gave us a list, gave us the UPBs, and we made them.
Okay, so
we're in the free market now, though.
I understand that, but that was
So
also
if we're doing free market, you want to know what's going to be our most efficient for the
Making
damage
batons?
output? Huh?
Making tactical batons?
Most efficient guns.
Oh, go ahead.
Those are going to be the assault rifles. I forget what they're called. The like the first tier assault rifles. They're a D8 of damage. They're level 2. They only cost us like 85 to produce one.
That's not bad, but we still ain't that rich.
No, yeah, but I mean, say we can produce 30, right? Maybe.
Definitely 30.
Yeah, produce 30 of them, flip them on their head, give that 10% to the captains, we keep the rest. That's still a fantastic profit margin. Then we can move on to bigger stuff like X-guns, because X-guns are a great damage output, plus they're machine guns, plus they're heavy weapons, which means they can be used mounted or as a heavy weapon, and they can do suppressive fire, which is multifunctional, which means that demand could probably be pretty decent for them. Then, I'm going to work the margins for this for you, Captain.
All right. Hang on, Slef. I have to find my calculator brain.
Yeah. Let me open up. Hold on. Let me run and grab my book. It'll be 2 seconds.
In the meantime,
Super cute. In the meantime,
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
just a slab yell the whole way. That was.
Okay. Let's see here.
your roommates must be crazy loving with you.
I actually don't have roommates right now, and that's why I could do that.
Ah.
Yeah. Let me see.
That sucks and is cool.
Yeah, it's
All
cool
right,
because I
Slef.
know I have a roommate coming in.
Slef,
Yeah.
you have 6,168 total credits to work with.
I'm assuming you don't want me to work through all of those at the same time.
I don't know. I bet we can flip a profit pretty easily here.
All right, as long as we can do that, give me like 5 minutes.
I will give you 5 minutes.
All right.
While that is going on.
So, yeah, I want to take it back over to Ashira real quick. You're clearly like aware of the need to create guns and what have you. They're like vis-a-vis the memo. You're also fairly new at captaining. You and Ezzy both. Like, do either of you have anything specific you like? Are you like looking for advice or anything like that, or are you just trying to parse through information and figure things out? Like,
As he is secretly trying to he's a little paranoid after the whole I got abducted by space aliens that shouldn't exist. You know, I got abducted by the Martians.
well,
Heck.
But like in his room, he's working on a program for it right now because he's not good enough at engineering to build it. But we see that he's got like the start of what would eventually feel like a guard turret to put in his room. Like he presses a few buttons and it's like Eradicator turret systems 0.7.2 online. And then it like it falls over and it goes attitude adjustment required.
Making a claptrap.
Oh Lord. In any case, so where we're at here, do any of you have? First of all, do any of you have a very scene that you? Is there an NPC or a PC that anybody needs to have a scene with? At the moment?
I didn't get to answer the question,
Oh, okay, yeah. Answer the question.
but now I forgot what the question was.
Oh no.
What are
Your
you
question-
doing? Because we are not good boy experienced captains.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like yes, we're gonna. There's probably gonna be questions that do come about, but I feel like I've kept an eye on Captain's Eye. That I'm pretty comfortable with my decisions.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mimic Captain's Eye.
Yeah.
I thought
You're just like.
yeah.
We're all gonna have to take profession cocksmith.
Yeah. I thought
Smith.
the question was what's she doing now that she has all that footage?
Well,
Oh.
that too. There is.
Oh,
that
I don't
too.
remember that part.
Well, there is that too, because you have a ton of footage of.
The going through. That's what it was. That what it was. So yeah.
Clone was doing.
I feel like I'm probably. I mean, there's probably some things I'm probably notating. Just if not just for me, but just for general purposes, like information we might need that might be useful to us in the future. And as far as like, if I had to go into like feelings, I'm probably gritting my teeth right now.
Right on. And I think this is probably about where you come across the footage of Cervantic Cordrum killing your clone. And you've got it in multiple angles, because you have it on the drone that was following Clone Ashira, and the ship's cameras, plus any footage that Nurx was able to pick up from other third-party or fourth-party sources in the interim.
And plus Bucket.
And Bucket's foot. Well, because she can't actually interact. She can't do shit with Bucket's footage. That's Sluff's drone.
But gave it to her.
He had already
Yeah,
said
he
that.
sent me the.
I sent everybody updated footage, or
That's
I
right,
sent
yeah.
both of them because they don't have memory stuff from Bucket.
Yeah, so you actually have like several different views of this, like the fire, the ship coming apart at the seams, the desperate battle at the what apparently was a clone Ezzy casting a spell, going back and forth with some of the regulars, Nahir trying to keep the cargo bay ramps of the ship from getting overrun with Hell Knights and security forces, and like the clone you standing resolute, standing resolute and trying to fight Cervantic Cordrum. And in the footage, watching it, he moves as fast, if not faster, than Nahir does. He does a lot of the only time you've seen that level of skill of fighting has been when you've watched Nahir fight, because you're actually not entirely certain who would win in a toss-up between the two of them, because Captain Zai is a good battlefield operative, but he's all about a lot of special abilities for straight up weapons, being able to, and he stands against like of the most powerful spells that Clone Ashira was able to bring to bear. And still manages
you couldn't
to
hit the broadside of a barn when you were a clone.
No, it wasn't that she couldn't hit the broadside of the barn. She was hitting with her spells. He was just soaking the damage.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
didn't. It was just doing nothing.
It was. I mean, it.
She had DR.
He had
Yeah.
too high of a CR.
He was
Mhm.
like you literally are watching
Oh, he has
Like,
spell DR. Good thing I took.
the vicious look in his eyes from whatever from the show him say that if you meet this guy on the field of battle, this guy very much wanted to kill you, and he's a lot better fighter than the last
I need
time.
to figure out a way
Yeah.
around that before I have that meeting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're gonna
So-
nuke him. It's okay.
Yeah, I feel like that. Just seeing all that, so like, okay, so I
Yeah.
think that maybe I need to talk to Zai and just kind of let him know, like, hey, I did see the footage too, and I need to know how to work around this because it's gonna happen, you know?
Right. All right. So you're gonna holler at Captain Zai.
Yeah.
Do you just send like a written text
A
message or a mail or written? Do you send?
She sends a note from 1996.
Right.
Huh.
She sends him a
exactly.
Yeah.
telegram.
I passed it in class and he got it. It's fine.
There is a there. Do you send it as like a text message or do you call?
Oh, I'll probably send him as a text.
I was
Just
gonna say, or
so
you
I
could
can
just
keep
walk
watching
over.
the footage.
Yeah, you're gonna send him. Zai, you get this text of Ashiro like talking about having seen the footage, and what could you possibly recommend to get around this? I don't know if you've actually watched yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
watched it too. So
I had 4 days in the drift, and I didn't have a tech bay to make weapons in.
yes. So yeah, you've seen the footage too, and you were of the same impression that this guy is just.
Oh no,
Is-
no. Only my special tricks, as you called them, would have allowed me to win. But I also know, because I think that way, that some of my special tricks he'd have to roll a 1 to fail on, and that's okay because I'm there for that one. And let's see. I tell her to meet me in the holodeck on the Blue Ember. By the way, guys, we have a holodeck. I haven't even told Nahir.
Woo!
Holographic Entertainment Center.
Yeah.
You have a heck.
Ah.
You have a heck.
Oh, heck.
No, it's a HAV, right?
HVACH. I
Oh,
forget
no.
what
I
the.
wrote it down.
I just want to call it a heck, so you can just
You
say,
can call it a heck.
"Meet me in heck."
Ah.
Yeah, let's all go to heck. No, not all of us. Just Ashira.
Yeah.
Oh.
You get the message back, Ashira.
Okay. So he's wanting meet him. Is that what I got out of that? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's wanting you to meet
okay.
Blue Ember
So
in the holographic
be-
chamber.
are we? We're stopped. Yeah, we're landed. Yeah, so I could just do
Yeah,
that.
you're unbroken.
Okay, I couldn't remember for a second.
You have not left Broken Rock yet.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll go meet with him.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Hang on. I have to find the right word.
Okay.
Take goat.
Mm.
You can take goat. All right.
Yes.
Oh my god, the fucking goat.
It's important. The
Is
goat
it?
has magic powers.
Has it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it does. There's selenium in that bitch.
It actually does make you feel a little bit better emotionally.
Okay.
Marginally better.
Slightly happier.
Okay.
If
Well,
you
that's
pet the
good.
furry goat, you will feel better. It's a fact. It's
I'm not
canon.
petting that. I know where it's been.
We steam
Everywhere.
cleaned it.
Yeah, it's been clean for almost a year now? At
Yeah.
least a year now.
Did you dust it?
Yeah.
It's as alive as a robot goat can actually be in this game. All right.
It's sad that that's a comparison. It's like, what the fuck?
This is the point where, like, this is the point where, like, I think when you walk in, and you guys start talking, is about the point where the goat randomly chimes in the Naughty Nina song.
Oh, god damn it.
Right. Which is really weird because the second that the Naughty Nina song starts to go off, the holodeck will shimmer and you'll see like a Naughty Nina's just for the briefest of seconds before it shifts back to this like, what is it? The temple. This is an exact replica of the temple of the black butterfly. Haha.
Hey, that's a demigoddess
that's why I
that
did it.
Desna accidentally created.
Right. It's very nice. There's lots of like, stained glass and weird Kasathan things.
Jesus. Okay.
But anyway, I'm like,
Butterflies.
I made a few places that were on the home ship for Nahir. But
Okay.
this one is super nice. I like it here. I used to come here as a child.
Okay.
Anyway, so what's up?
So I'll kind of go over what I, just from my point of view, what I saw in the footage, and then realizing that I'm kind of at a disadvantage here, and I'm gonna need help trying to make sure that this doesn't happen again when we do meet again.
How do I say this without revealing that we're actually all people in a different world?
Wait, what?
It is going
That
to
just
take
confused
a
the shit out of
combined
me. What?
effort. It is going to be a combined effort to take this guy at this point. Somehow, even though he has only been, away the same amount of time that you've been with us,
Yeah.
he has seen slightly more stuff than all of us. And that includes me, which is kind of crazy because, I've been around for a while now. And, haha. Oh, unless we find some crazy space steroids, I don't think one of us is going to be able to take him unless we just happen to get lucky.
There's got to be a
Otherwise,
way.
there is that whole thing where, I challenge him to single combat. I win. I still get taken prisoner and probably get killed. You guys try to save me, get captured and or killed along the way. Or he kills me and the rest of you just live the rest of your lives pretending that you're someone else.
What the? Those are terrible plans.
No, those are options. The third option is that we all swap sexes and just become regular people on some planet. But that doesn't
Again,
sound like
terrible plan.
Yeah.
I don't know. Boy elves are cool, right?
No, we're not just gonna give. What are we, cowards now? Suddenly, the whole ship is turned into, well,
Which is
fuck
why
it,
the
we're not
first
even
two
gonna
plans were
try.
the ones that I gave you first. But anyway, we will defeat this guy. But
Oh
I
no,
still
not
haven't
according to your
decided if we
plans.
should make a video and send it to him of you being alive, because I think it's great. On the same note, I also think it would be great to just reveal it when he finally finds us, or we find him.
How do we do this?
Right? I guess now that I've thought about it out loud to you, you can decide if you want to make a video that's like, hey douchebag, you can't do shit right.
I'm trying to think. What would be the best way to do this? Like, I want to see the look on his face. I don't want to send him a video. I want to, maybe you contact him and be like, or try to find him or whatever. We do. I mean, not just necessarily you, but he doesn't know I'm involved, and because he thinks I'm dead. And then, we have, maybe you under a guise or something, like you want to meet him or something. I don't fucking. We got to think of something, and then I want to be there and just walk in the room and just see his face.
Right. I don't think you remember exactly how evil this guy is. I realize that the Jesta
Shira doesn't give two shits. She's just pissed.
Right. Well, imagine that they're all crazy and they're all zealots. And if you know what a zealot is, that's crazy.
Yeah. But she wants her revenge.
Oh no, I want revenge too, because technically he still killed you, even if you were a clone. You were my clone. That clone was part of my crew, just like Slough is part of my crew.
I feel like I'm asking mom or dad for a new bike for Christmas, and they're like, no.
No, we're gonna do it. Just not today.
No.
We need more experience so we can gain more power. Once we have gained more power, we will defeat this common foe.
I just need better armor and better guns. That's all I need.
And we need more money, because I don't have enough money to make you better armor and better
Let's
guns.
go make some freaking money.
We're trying to make some money. Slough, you've had 5 minutes.
Yeah, get your shit together.
Captain, I've got some numbers for you.
All right, break it down.
All right, so from what I've seen, I've got options for you. We have several different ways we can spend our money. I got 4. So, first option. Do we want to sell Mark 1 pulse laser rifles? Those come out to 100 credits or 100 UPBs a pop for us to make, meaning we can make 600 of them. Next, we have the option that would probably be my favorite, Mark 1 grenades. Fragmentation, of course. We can make 1,714 of them. If we're looking for something a little more conventional, armed standard targeting rifles, we can make 80 of them. They are one of the most common weapons used out there, pack a pretty decent punch, easy to disassemble, and on top of that, most of the time you'll be able to find a buyer for 1 to 80, which conveniently is how many we could make. Or, if you're wanting to find one luxury buyer for the low, low price of all of our UPVs, pretty much, except for 173 of them, we could make a medium tier X-Gen or an advanced tier X-Gen gun. Just at the very edge of our capability, but it's one thing and one thing only, and the only thing we'd have to unload.
I send that entire clip of what he just said to Rigo Rez.
Oh my god.
I just like to imagine, and maybe we get that scene of
It's
Rigo
like not even
Rez.
directed at Rigo Rez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, we see him playing this message and getting this look on his face like, what the fuck did he just say? It's like-
It should have captions. We're advanced enough. It should just caption by itself.
Yeah.
You're just like, what? Yeah, so you're trying to find somebody to unload some weapons off on. I think he.
So like I said, just as a refresher, we could either make 100 pulse rifles, 80 targeting rifles, pulse
You said
rifles or electric
600.
targeting. Huh?
They said 600.
He
Oh,
did say 600.
Sorry, 600 pulse rifles, which are electric damage or shock damage. We could do 80 targeting rifles, which are projectile damage, I think is what it's called.
Mhm.
Yeah, we could make 1,714 fragmentation grenades or 1 advanced X gun.
And then get the money back, make more guns. sell them.
Exactly. Yeah, it just depends on what we spend our money on. I haven't worked out the margin for cost, but they're all going to come out to about the same. The X gun is the lowest profit margin, but it's also the
Well, how are
easiest to
you-
sell.
How are you figuring the profit margin here?
Profit margin would be, I'm not figuring profit margin in the sense, it's resources to turnover, essentially. So, like, I don't know the exact money we're going to turn over, but I know what percentage of that money we're going to turn over because I know what percentage of the UPBs the captain allowed me to have is what we're going to be able to, because there's some decimals on the end of some of these. So,
Right.
like, for instance, the X gun, we don't spend 173 of our UPBs, which means that translates to less overall credits we're going to get because that's less UPBs we put in, and that's less money we're going to get for that gun compared to if we fully maximize it with our 600 pulse rifles, for instance.
All right. Well, I was
Yeah.
just. And you
I'm
are
not
figuring-
calculating actual money. I'm
I
just
mean-
calculating what percentage of UPBs we're using, and assuming
Right,
that
okay.
translates to more money, the more percentage we use.
Okay. 'cause
Considering that Ashira and Ezzy are both captains, are they privy to this information?
that's a good question. Are you keeping them in the loop on this, Captain?
I can,
Guy?
but technically they didn't put any money in.
I don't have any money. I was dead.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. And well, did you look through your room to see if you had Space Ezzy's money?
Dead Ezzy only had like a couple hundred credits to his name.
Listen, Ashira's broke. She has 62 UPVs and 2150 in credits. So bitch needs a job.
Yeah, I need money because
Still
as soon
pretty
as I
well
get
off,
money,
yeah.
I'm going to buy a Mark II. What the fuck is the thing that lets you boost your stats?
Oh yeah, you
I-
want one of
Oh
those?
yeah.
Personal
I want
upgrade.
one of those.
Yeah,
Technically, we can make those.
I need a personal upgrade because I only have the Mark I.
Yeah, I need a new one too.
But
know
I've
what?
only got
I can make a new one
where the
too.
hell is my? I've only got 890 credits.
That's a lot of UPB though.
Oh, isn't it a 1-to-1?
Yeah. Yeah,
Fuck,
so
yeah.
that could substantially increase our production.
I'll give
numbers.
you all of it. So yeah, have an extra 890.
And Ashira, you said you had 1,000.
I have 2,150 credits.
Oh yeah, you were
You like to
complaining
throw
about.
down on this.
What did
So
you
we
say?
can make. Go ahead.
No, I didn't hear what you said because as he was talking.
Would you like to throw down on this as well? Because that will increase the amount of money we make back come faster.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be an exponent, or that'll be not exponential but compounding.
Just take the 2150 in credits, and then I'll just.
I have 62 UPBs. I
So
like it.
yeah, I
And
would
we
vote.
can
if
earn
we're-
more later. It's fine.
Yeah, I'd vote if we're getting into that. Let me do that math between sessions.
Well-
Because I've already done 6,000 math, but then adding in like non-round numbers makes it all fucky.
Well,
Sorry.
regarding all of that, the profit margin is going to come down to some sort of like diplomacy or bluff check for the sale of, because you're spending just as many UPBs to make these as it would cost to buy them. So
Right.
creating a
But you also have
profit
to
margin
remember
is going
that
to
we
go up
already
to
have a
sell.
bonus to that because they're Captain's Eye original weapons.
Well, what I'm saying is you're still going to, somebody's still going to make some a diplomacy roll to be able to determine about how much profit there is off
And
of that.
and if
So
we
30
don't
seconds.
like the people that are trying to buy our guns, we give them the guns, we get the money, we shoot them and take the guns back.
I like this plan.
Yeah, that's some classic crook shit. I'm down.
No.
Uh,
We need the excitement
So you
for
get
morale.
We
Wow.
need the easy excitement.
You
Yeah,
know what?
yeah.
He's neutral good, as he will outright suggest that plan. Yeah, he's like,
shooting people you just sold guns to.
he's
That's
like,
not a good line to action.
to support a greater good.
Rex walks
Yes.
by and goes,
Big picture.
"Bad Ezzy, is that you?"
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
He's just like on a conference call with you guys as we're talking about it. He's like, and if we don't like the people who come to take our guns, because we're going to be working with some pretty scummy people, but let's say like we're diametrically opposed to what they do, we'll get the money and we'll shoot them and take the guns back.
Ezzy,
And then resell guns.
Economics 101 quiz. Is it more financially efficient to make new clients or to sustain old clients?
It's better to keep clients you already have.
That is correct by about 72% on profit.
I'm just saying if they're slavers, we should shoot them.
I'm just saying that we need fucking cash, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
we
saying
get
if
the
they're slavers,
cash
we're
and
not
the
going to-
Still get the
guns.
cash. Then we resell the guns again and again and again and again. Again.
Except for the fact that when people realize you shoot them and take the guns back, they stop doing business with you.
God
Well,
damn
no,
it.
they shoot you and then take all the guns.
That's why
Okay,
we
so
leave
we
no
send in-
survivors.
This is true.
Listen,
This
listen.
is
Hear
true.
me out. Hear me out. So we do the deal, and then we send in a Plan B crew to go in there that's dressed like they're not us, and then they
We
do.
hire just still.
You know, if that happens over and over, people might get suspicious.
I feel like I still
It's
want
not
to kill
the
things.
most thinly veiled plan.
I'm not
Fine.
saying we do this all the time. I'm just saying if we run across particularly skeevy people, it's on the table.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm all for trick-or-treating multiple times with different costumes, but we gotta do it smartly.
Let's trick or treat.
What the fuck?
Right? I think you just confused everyone on the call.
I don't know what's happening.
Uh,
It's okay.
And when we have some
Yeah.
dosh floating around, I need to work on some personal upgrades, as well as the fact that I am trying to program a sentry turret for my room in case the Greys come back.
You know I could do that for you, right?
But I want to be
We have-
self-sufficient.
You say, princess.
But you can
Yes.
you can check my
We're
work.
family.
Oh
We're gonna do it anyway.
my
That's
God.
why, she's just gonna have to accept that she might need help killing that guy.
Welcome to the Fire Shrike, where we get in petty squabbles about how we're going to fuck over our customers.
And our
Hey, we're
enemies.
pirates.
All right,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Okay, well, while y'all are fucking off and we're not doing anything, I'm gonna go try to pick up a couple shifts at the nearest bar.
Just
Cool.
remember,
pick
you
up
gotta
a
take the
couple of what?
shifts at the bar. But I was gonna tell her to
That's
bring a
hilarious.
hollow disguise because we're wanted fugitives.
Okay, yes, hollow
But
We're on
disguise for
Broken
sure.
Rock.
But here's the thing: you're on Broken Rock. Being
True.
one of this is your one safe port of harbor.
Oh,
This
okay.
is one of 3 places you could technically go to in the Pact Worlds without worrying too much about like law enforcement. You could go
Octurne
here,
would be one.
Octurne, and Akaton questionably.
Well, and
Although
there's that
you might
moon
still
on
run
the
into
other
bounty
side.
hunters on. You still might run
Isn't
into bounty
Akaton a
hunters.
planet of the undead?
No, that's
Oh.
Eox.
That's
That's
Eon.
Eox.
And they have codified enough to try to capture you.
I was
and
gonna
turn you
say,
over back.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say if we went to Eox, we'd be on television until we died.
We'd be on
I don't- I
NT
refuse-
Brains.
I refuse 200% to take Elgas anywhere near Eox.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How close are we being done? Because I have to go apparently.
Okay.
I gotta take care of something.
We can probably go ahead and wrap this up here. I will give you guys some math to do. I'm going to give you an equation here. I'm going to say whatever you spend with that 37 diplomacy check, let's say it
Yeah,
was.
give me just a minute.
So whatever you spend, you make the profit coming back is 20% total, of which you spend 10% of that back to the free captains.
Okay, so that would be
So
X
20%, yeah.
equals Y plus
So
10.
that's
Yeah.
I will let you guys. I will figure
X
that out
equals
on your.
Y.
And we'll go ahead and we'll do a. I want to get a quick scene here, real quick with Lysin. Lysin, you do find Nahir. What exactly you find Nahir. He's kind of he's sort of like doing an inventory on the weapons on the Blue Ember in the cargo bay when you find him.
Here.
Yes.
Tell by the way you act. You're an active soldier.
That is my training. You seem to be as well.
Yes. Though I've seen more recent combat. Wondering, you want to spar one day?
He looks at you and he smiles. Actually, I was going to ask you about being a part of the security crew when needed. And yes, I would love to test your abilities at some point. And I think maybe we get that moment, that moment of like the warrior side, the soldiers sizing each other up as we kind of fade out. And we'll move on to sign-offs. Everybody send me your Player's Choice Awards for the evening. And we will start with Brian. Why don't you go ahead and start?
Yes, I'm Brian. I play Lysin, the Strix Warrior. will now finally get a chance to spar with me here. It's just who's the better soda.
um,
And you can also find me on Tuesdays playing Althana the Druid, as we are now in a world of elementals, and she can talk down Leviathan. So let's find something else big and ugly to talk down. And on Thursdays, I play Hadra in Legacy of Strandex, and things are getting interesting there. And this Friday, we will be doing Steam and Magic, a world where steampunk and sword and sorcery have collided. And our lovely intrepid players are inside the sewer system trying to find a goblin that has stolen someone's jewelry box. It will get interesting. So show up for that. And any other one-shots that happen on the weekends that I might be able to make it to, I will try. And on to the next person.
all right. James, why don't you go next?
Hi-ho, friendolas. My name is James, otherwise known as Knightheart, and today I got to play Captain Ezzy who's... God, he likes that new cloak. Who's actually showing that just because you're a neutral good or chaotic good doesn't mean you can't be bad sometimes. Especially if they're bad people. Because bad things happening to bad people is a net positive, which means it's a good action. Anyway. You can also find me here on Tuesdays, where I am the DM of Realms of Refuge, where, yeah, they fought off some flying elves. Don't ask. And, they're like, oh, we can talk down Leviathans. Everything's gonna be okay. And you can also find me here on Thursday, where I play Seifel, the lovable little cat man who, almost exploded with fear because he talked to a fucking illithid at level 2. And now they're going to go do some politicking, some realpolitik. We're going to be breaking the rules that Bismarck set up because we're going to be showing you how the sausage is made. And then you can also find me here sometimes on... Oh, I will be there for Friday for the Steam and Magic, where I'm playing Dacian... I forget the name. A Crixen. So... Imagine someone who came from a roboticized version of the vampire counts from Warhammer, but is not a vampire or a zombie or a skeleton. You can find me here sometimes on Saturdays with Jesta's Grab Pack, where I will be in Flesh and Fire or Faulty Comics Presents. I'm also in, sometimes on Saturdays, the Spark of Fate, where I play Marin Farcaller, the boring human who has the not-so-boring, lovable little fairy pretending to be a fruit bat named Zamzam.
I love Zamzam.
And every other Sunday I'm here for Juxtaposed Hijinks, where I play Dagger and Gilded Hand, the greatest of dwarven adventures. Fuck, I think that's everything.
Spark of Fate? No, you did that. Okay.
We're so used to forgetting Spark of Fate. Anyway, and other various one-shots and things that might be going on. But other than that, that is me, and that's my overly long outro out of the way, so take it away!
Chris, why don't you go next? Commodore Volvetto.
Hi, I'm Captain Zai, sometimes called Commodore. We're getting into that now. I'm here on Monday nights with the Fire Shrike. Sometimes on Saturdays, I play the Sarasota Kid in our wrestling game. It's pretty awesome. We had a guest announcer Saturday. If you guys didn't see it, you missed out. It's awesome. On other Saturdays, I play Rita Throat Rot, a boy that dresses in girls' clothes and likes to use whips and chains and rides a motorcycle. That one's also a lot of fun. We enjoy the heck out of it. I'd like to say beef.
Everyone likes to say beef.
Tonight's episode was brought to you by Boards, Booze, and Bitches. It's food worth dying over. And by Naughty Nina's Porn Emporium that will open one day on King Kearney's Palace.
If you want, then you've seen it over at Naughty Nina's Ding.
That's our very special song, made by Slef Slef.
Hi.
My friend Purple Codex sells t-shirts at tpublic.com. They are awesome and fantastic t-shirts. They are not on sale through the regular site, so if you're going to order something, definitely use the link on Purple Codex's, and you'll get 10% off.
And Purple Codex had to leave. She had something specific she had to take care of. But she did want us to mention that she can only sell the popcorn until the 11th, I think she said.
Yep, and that is for the Boy Scouts of America? Boys and Girl Scouts of America, right? Or is that Cub Scouts?
Cub Scouts.
Right?
It's Scouts. Scouts.
Scouts.
6
for
of one,
Scouts.
half dozen of the other.
Buy it for Scouts. Buy it for America.
Also, Purple Codex merchandise is epically made, not ethically made.
Thank you, James. I was waiting for it.
Mike, that brings it to you, man.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael. If I get one free, you can catch me here on Monday nights where I get to play Slef Slef, the lovable rap man who is in his economics grind, y'all, which is one of the few things that he's actually good at. Hi! You can also catch me on Tuesdays where I get to play Tiff to Libre, the lovable little cinnamon bun who is in a world of water, like Waterworld, like that movie.
But better, because that movie was trash.
I was about to say, but better. Yeah, you can also catch me on Thursdays where I run Legacy of Stramdex, where all of that good stuff is happening, you know, politicking and sausage making and Bismarck, and, you know, what James said. You can catch me also on this Friday, where I'm going to be playing Angus McGillicuddy, the trollkin who loves to hurt things, but also got covered in spider goop and got sad for it. You can catch me on Saturdays where I'll play in Justice Grab Bag as one of a few different people like Scorchmark or Beef or Eastern Bloc, also known as Doyle. You can catch me in Black Box Theater whenever I'll be playing whatever I play. You can also catch me in Spark of Fate where I'm playing Yika Yika, the lovable frog man who committed a little bit of ego-terrorism. Yeah, I also love Ika Ika. I have a propensity and a penchant for playing mascot characters, and at one point I said I'd try and break it, but then I made Ika Ika, so go fuck myself, I guess. You can also catch me on Sundays where I'll be playing, or every other Sunday, including this coming Sunday, where I will be playing Lenny Achilles, the water genocide monk who is a student of the world. You can catch pairodicetheater on YouTube at youtube.com/pairodicetheater. You can catch Pairodicetheater on the Twitchosphere if you're watching from the YouTubeosphere to the Twitchiverse, which that's twitch.tv/pair_o_dice_theater. You can catch us on Twitter. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm losing it. I'm like a carriage with 3 wheels right now. You can catch us on Twitter at PairTheater, PairTheater, for scheduling and hot memes. And you can also catch us on... You can catch me on SoundCloud with my hip-hop stuff with soundcloud.com/thathoon in all caps, THATHOON. Goodness gracious, I did a terrible job on my sign-off. Let's move it down the road.
All right. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the mechanical stuff here. Everybody gets 600 experience points. Slef, you won Player's Choice. Would get 300 extra for that. Also, I want to. By the way, I want to remind everybody, if you guys are enjoying what you see here, please subscribe, support us. It mean a lot to everyone here. A little extra support out there.
A follow, a subscribe, bits, anything.
Give us your money.
I'm a prostitute for Twitch.
We are entertainment gaming whores.
Only give us your money if you think we have earned your money.
But no. In any case, that brings it to me. I am Zaraht the Jesta King. And you can catch me here on Monday night, both on Pairodicetheater and Purple Codex, because we co-stream with her. You could running this insanity, the Fire Shrike, my favorite group of space pirates and terrorists, which are more of an institution now, honestly. You can also catch me on Tuesday nights, where I do it drunken bird style with Pitiful, the Kinco Drunken Master. You can find me here on Saturdays, where on Spark of Fate, I do play Grunum the Gut Fisher, the Tundra Orc Storm Herald Barbarian, or I run one of, well, currently 2 games with possibly one more going into the mix, although I'm still debating on that. But Flesh and Fire, which is our Apocalypse World game, which is a whole lot of fun, and we just got super weird with it the last time we played. Or Legion Class Wrestling, which I feel like deserves a lot more love. We had so much fun with it this last Saturday that it makes me look forward to doing it even more. Other than that, you can catch me on my other channel. I swear sometimes maybe you can on Zaraht on Twitch as well. With that said, we are done for the day. If I can get an RIP Fern from everybody, we'll get out of here.
R.I.P.
Fern!